Hey everybody, we're just gonna get rolling here in a couple of minutes, so I just wanted to quickly say we're going through a retro revival show where I play Grand Trusimo 3 A spec with a better playback from the previous time when we were doing it on a laptop. Uh, we'll be able to go a little bit harder this time, so I guarantee for a better show than the previous time. The game was produced in 2001 by Polyphony Digital. The producer was Kazuro, oh my gosh, Yamachi and Yichi Masamoto, Masa, Masaki Goto, Isamu Rio. Sorry if I've messed up your names, gentlemen. My Japanese pronunciations are rusty. Uh, the game obviously was designed to be beaten at 100% game completion, where you've won every race, you've unlocked every car, but realistically, it's a leisure racing simulator that's more or less designed to go as high as you want to go. And that's why I love that game. Without further ado, though, we're gonna say goodbye to our Lo-Fi Girl entry music and hit the road with the show. So, without further ado, you're watching Lythrox. Ugh. On PS2. Alright, I got my headphones on so I can hear through my background and audio check. So that means that you get raw Blue Yeti microphone without any additional noise. And I don't have to deal with backfeed and double audio. Easy peasy. Easy peasy today. Okay. So I believe we mostly unlocked everything in the beginner cup. I guess I could do a natural aspirated race in the. Give me a second, folks. Just gonna turn down the mic or the headset volume just a little. There. I guess we can do the run in the Toyota, which I had promised last time because we didn't want it to be easy, so that people could see at least some of the skill and some of the setup, and then we'll go from there. So, get in the old tofu shop machine, and we'll go race a difficult race in the first series, so that people know I got these licensed. We know it's Appricot Hill 2 was the final race. And I'll just go through some setup and setup parameters for you guys on these cars. So, this car is set up about 10% harder than the actual unlockable Toyota Tureno that basically looks like Takumi's when it finished the initial drift series on stage 3, I think. So, just to give you an idea, there's the spring rates, level 4. For my stabilizers, toe angle 0, camber angle 2, 1 in the rear. If I look at my rear brakes, that's my gearing. So these are all things that a lot of people don't even know you can change on these cars. There's my downforce. Alright, from 6th place. I had to beat this originally from qualifying because my car was slightly underpowered and I need the cash. So now that we've got everything unlocked, it should be easy. So much easier when you have good playback. I also like the HD converter. Very clean picture. It's actually better than going through my RCA cables directly into the TV. So if you want a better PlayStation experience, I highly recommend purchasing the PS2 to HDMI converter so you get cleaner video. Fun fact about the PlayStation connector, it's actually the first gen series or the development of high definition video cabling ever produced. They obviously had their own revision, went back, double checked it 4 or 5 times, and then modified it so that it would be working with the picture and size that was available at the time. It was actually available, I believe, also on Laserdisc players as well for a little while, and it just gave you an incredible format that was practically it didn't pixelize and it was infinitely scalable. And we'll walk away from here. As you can see, this is much cleaner on the first run, so peasy. We got Snoop Dogg playing right now. Very limited soundtrack on this game. I do love Grand Trusimo 4 for the increased international soundtrack. I love what the developers from Japan did. Fun fact, as I've said in the previous stream, if you can come in wide and exit that corner briefly, you actually get out better, and we almost got it there. That just goes to show you the rust. And we'll put down an easy win. Just brush the brakes. And we're set for the next corner. A little bit off track driving, but we got it. We got a maxi. Ooh, 65. That's a perfect corner. Nice clean. $137. I've done a 136 and a 135 in this car on that track, so we're not going to put in the time or effort. Just to let you know we're caught up to where we are, and we're off to the next series while we're trying to go back and finish previous series as we move on. We also have license unlocks to go and other fun things like that, so we'll work on this as we go. Oh dear. In the top corner, Lythrox on PlayStation 2. Love it. We don't need to watch a replay. We're not trying to figure out where we went wrong and why and do the finer stuff that I've done before to get better at this game. There's a lot you can learn about driving technique just by playing this game. Okay, so we've got 30,000 bones. We finished pretty much all of that up to the Tourist Trophy, the Legend of the Silver Arrow. I have that car, so I think I'm working towards that. And then we've got the Beetle Cup, and we've already done that. That was a fun one. I had to do that with the Lancer. I'm not a fan of Lancers, by the way, just for people that are interested in that info. Nonetheless, we'll get into Lancer. So, as you can see, I've modified a little bit. Got its Oz rims, and I actually like the one that I've got together here because it's just a hell of a car. And as you can see, there's our Altezza, our 200J, made by Toyota. We got to unlock a little bit more money, or we got to get more money so that we can unlock a little bit more upgrades, and we should be able to go after that championship. We're going to step up to amateur because that's where the good money's made, unless... Did I? Great. Right where we left off. Cool. This will be a tough one for me, for sure. This will be a tough one. Most of these cars are... they're GT class or pre-GT class. Oh, I stand corrected. Five laps. Here we go. And it's on like Kong, baby. So I got understeering a little bit at the moment. That's because of the circuit raceway in the previous series. Car was just getting a little loose on me, so I tightened it back up. I might have to make it loose again. We'll see. I do like that tighter feel of the Formula One because it teaches you a little bit more discipline with the car. Setting up red, ready to go. We're going to brush our brakes all the way down to 70. Use our hill to get our momentum going up. This is the clarity I remember, for sure. 160 miles an hour on the straightaway. We are over by about 60 to 70 miles an hour. I'll do this corner correctly. I'll try and do this corner correctly as well. Beautiful. Forgot it's 5 laps. I'm going to need to pit soon. I've been really hard on these tires. But you know, as Mr. Wallace would say, bumpin's racing. If I'm a little bit more reserved through this corner, I should be able to save my front left tire, driver's side tire. Oh, this Japanese car. Passenger front tire. Whoops. Much better. We're gonna pre-market 50. You don't want to slide your tires like I'm doing right now. That will literally burn through them. As you can see, I just went off the track trying to recover. Should have been harder on the brake. The less brake you use, the less your tires burn and wear. This is one of the first games that did tire wear. There was another one for the N64, but it was a time-based thing. It was not brake, RPM, or car-driven related. It was literally laps you complete on the track equaled tire wear. It was a really dumb formula. I'm surprised none of them have pitted. Oh, maybe I'm actually fighting tire. Maybe I've got a harder tire on. We're going to have to pit, and we do not have enough extra in the tank. On that front, it's going to go. We can baby it. We can baby it if we gotta. We'll severely start understeering the car and consider it like we're driving on a tricycle right now. It's already going. Not good. Muscling it. This is going to be a hard lap, but we're going to go for it. We're going to have to drive this thing like we stole it. Yep. No front tires. At least we still have our backs. If we didn't have our backs, we'd be screwed right now. She's sliding. Okay, this will be the hardest corner to go around, so we're going to bury it. And just muscle with throttle around. Almost skip the gear. And we got to be very graceful on this corner. I'm literally going to lose this car in the 60-mile-an-hour corner, so I have to be extra careful on it. We're turning with the banking. That's why we've got such a hard banking on this car. Here we go. This will be the one. They're going to catch me just barely. Hammer down. Let's go. Great shift. We got it. We got it. Yeah. Proof I can drive a rear-wheel drive car anytime. No practice. The only practice I had was when I had that weird playback thing. Oh, Grand Valley. The biggin'. I'm gonna set my tires on hard. If I do not set my tires on hard, I will literally burn through them on this track because this is a 4-lap race. It's a 5-lap race. Oh boy. So everything I just did, driving this car around the track on the previous lap, on the last lap, is going to be the similar driving conditions because of how hard the tires are. So I have to drive gracefully all the time now. You can see how very quickly Gran Turismo's skill level just escalates. It's one of the reasons why I love it. It got serious very quick. It's not like Need for Speed where, you know, you get like a whole season, quote unquote. And part of the setup on this car just makes it driving so easy. Here we go. On the Retro Revival, you know how we roll. Why you been last? If we're yellow in lap 1, we're gonna be done. I have to remind myself to blink sometimes. We'll get that corner back. And this one. We'll get this one early. $50 feet. I just want those tires to be just kissing yellow at the end of this lap. They're getting their grip up though because they're warm. $76. Okay, one tire's yellow, so we've sadly overshot. We gotta drive a little easier now through this last section. We're good. I just gotta keep one tire slightly green. And yeah, we're gonna just get it. Beautiful. All right, our consumption of tire is doing good. Unless I go off the track and go into marbles. We've maintained most of our front rubber, which is good. I can power drive the car if I need to, which is mostly what will happen with every rear-wheel drive car or all-wheel drive car. Eventually you'll burn one set of tires based on your driving habits, and then you'll end up driving the car exactly like you drive a rear-wheel drive car or a front-wheel drive car. We're good. I'm going to go a little late and just bring it down to 60 and kind of follow the same pattern we had last lap. There we go. Need to conserve some rubber. Otherwise, Max is going to pass us on lap 4 and we're screwed. He already passed us. He has a fuck up. Just starting to go orange. We're gonna do great. So the softer the tire, the more blistering in real life, right? So that's why Formula One cars, they typically run I think it's a soft to medium compound or a medium to hard compound. If you're on marbles and the tires are just blistering and curdling apart, if you literally get those marbles, what they call marbles all over the track, right? You're basically driving on glass. The car, you can turn, but the marbles will literally take the car and bite it. You see it sometimes on the track when they're driving around and the car will just randomly drive into different directions and then it skids and it pops smoke. That is literally them skipping on marbles, and it is scary. It's like driving on black ice just for a minute. And that's actually some of the reasons why F1 crashes, when they're out of the line and they just touch it, the car will literally slide. The driver tries to recover, and the next thing you know, they go screaming and careening into a wall at over 140 to 180 miles an hour. People think they go to the bathroom before they start the race so that they're as light as possible for the car. That's one reason. The other reason is so they don't, sully or soil their suits. Different city. Now you know where I got the song from, folks. Nice thing now that we've saved rubber for 2 laps, we can drive hard. Too hard. I don't know what car we're gonna unlock. I never looked that stuff up. No, the 300 GTR VR4. Nice car. Obviously the Skyline GTR V-Spec, but I'm not a fan really of the V-Spec. Prefer the RB. You get the idea. Did we win the GTR? No. we won the Lancer model down from the one we bought. Alright. We'll work on the Altezza a bit, because we gotta get that one done. There you are. Thing I miss about Gran Turismo 4, one of the things I loved about Gran Turismo 4 over Gran Turismo 3 was you could buy specialty cars. Not only could you buy specialty race team cars, you could also buy, you had to go to each manufacturer to get your parts, right? Like, you can't just, hey buddy, I go to the racing garage, get racing. That's not how it works. That's not how it works in real life. That we call that the machine shop, and for them to make you a custom engine, like custom board, pistons, engine, rod, everything, you're looking close to like $1 million. Might as well start a Formula 1 team. Okay, so I purchased the port and polish. I don't have the full balancing done. I have that. I got the racing exhaust. A $70,000 tune-up. So we probably should go for the full engine balance. Get that purchased and out of the way, and then we'll see what we can do on chassis side and stability and control. Yeah, so we can purchase that. That's done. Tires. Do we have any racing tires for it yet? No. Keep that in mind. Turbo kit system, we can get up to the 40,000, and then obviously we buy the intercooler after. Drivetrain, we've got the triple gauge, that's purchased. purchased. Okay, we're done a drivetrain. Good. How about brakes? No, wait. Yeah, suspension and brakes. Okay. We'll get that done. Not enough money. Whatever will we do? Go do a quick, we'll go get a quick 10K. You'll understand why this game also gets boring very fast and why it's not really great stream material. So, road racing is road racing, and that's fun, and that's great. But, like, so you purchase parts, you go to do these races where the cars don't really tell you what their parts are, so you can't really be competitive with them. You can either be over the top, which everybody does, because why would you give yourself a disadvantage? Or you can literally race with nothing and lose. This is where it gets fun, though, because these cars are actually a little bit quicker. Also, I need to change my tire to a medium compound for this race, or I'm going to lose. I will not have the cornering I need to get around the track. As you can see, those are actual race cars. Yeah. We could do medium soft, and I could show you how nasty this car can be, but anyways, this is why this game gets boring. So you find an easy race like this, you keep doing it, you make a bunch of money, you buy parts, you do it again, and again, and again, and again, until you beat the game. Also, we don't have tire wear on beginner, so that's easy. As you can see, the lead I'm opening up on race cars. Yeah. It gets so boring. But, I mean, quick money is quick money. Right? This is why I actually prefer the newer versions of Gran Turismo, because they don't really give you races like this to just make a crap ton of money and have an easy win or an easy way to do the game's completion. I mean, you can say it's easy, but, like, you know, the faster go, the better at handling the car you need to be. Obviously, the car does get better handling over time, but, I mean, that's only to slightly compensate. You do have to get sharper and sharper and sharper in this game, or you do actually start losing. One of the fun things I love, and by the way, Formula One, if you're watching, so Japan, right? The way that they do their racing series, and I've always commended this. So you have a race team with a car. The car for the racing series is owned by the manufacturer. Manufacturer fronts the car. Then you get other people or other companies that purchase and put their parts into the car to help develop the aftermarket series and as well run the team. So in a sense, you have the manufacturer who supplies a car, you have the company that produces the parts, and they run the race team. The manufacturer has nothing to do with the team. The team literally is saying, we are paying money to be in this racing team so that we can compete and show you how good we are. That's what I wish every racing series did. It just makes sense. That's what keeps racing competitive. That's what keeps everything kind of plateaued by manufacturers. It keeps everybody kind of within a certain realm of what you can and can't do. And it really makes the game more about having good engineers who can build and supply parts. But it also becomes how well your driver can handle the car. So like I said, we can just keep doing that over and over and over again to get parts and money. It gets really boring if we do that. Oops. 2 whoopses. There we go. Alright. Get back in this. Do that. Go. This is one strategy for being Grand Trusimo. Like I said, you can pick and choose how you want to play the game. If you want to play it hard or if you want to play it easy. That's why a lot of people loved it. It was nice for casual gamers. No doubt. Okay, we left off with suspension and brakes. We're going to buy the brake balancer. We'll get that purchased and bought. I did not install it. Next would be tires. Drivetrain would be a $70,000 stage 3 kit. And we purchased all that. So we need 70. 40. So we're at 110,000. $132,250 credits. Now, let me show you something, because this is kind of the fun of Grand Trusimo. So I said 132,000. Yeah, 130. Say 133,000. We'll just get right into it. So 1 million, so 1/10 of what I'm about to put into this car to get it track ready, I could buy an actual race car. See how much a Corvette Z06 is? 40,000. You're starting to get the idea. I've unlocked all these cars, by the way. Because I did the beginner series. Go to Japan. Right. Right. Starting to get the picture. And that's to win a championship or to complete a league. So I'm blowing a lot of extra money. This is why people don't actually do 100% completion on Gran Turismo. They just try and get to the end and beat the last race, which I think they call like 78% game completion. People don't go back and do these touring trophies. These are just to unlock specific cars. This is just for bragging rights and completion. There's no point to it, in my opinion. If you're just trying to play the game to beat it, do that. If you're trying to unlock every race, no, you get the idea. Okay. We're going to do 2 more races. I'm going to call it right there. We'll try and get more in the amateur league. That way this isn't boring for viewership. I'm pretty sure I can do this. Yeah. Yeah, let's just... Well, no, I said 2 more. Ooh, we can dip our toes. Let's dip our toes. Let's dip our toes and see how bad this is. I get the feeling I'm going to get my ass kicked. It's a Supra. I actually think that's the unlock for this series race. I mean, NSX or RSX, depending on if it's an Acura or a Honda. Six laps, no tire wear. Easy race. Brush the wall. We'll probably start lapping these cars. I was big into racing games on the PS2, but a few of my friends, they had fantasy games or Soul Calibur. We do have that. I was into, you know, typical punk teenager stuff, so besides just racing, I have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for the game. Got some of my Uncle Ron stuff. I've got WWE, SmackDown vs. Raw. I think it was 2006. Yeah. You know, just the silly stuff. I do have Devil May Cry. I picked that up recently. Shadow of the Colossus. Good adventure game. Very in-depth. Style for my taste back then was not exactly that. That's more of my wife Sarah's, but I like it. It's a good game. Not really working on collecting this stuff, just trying to get some of the harder ones. I'd like to get Champions of Norath with the 2 discs and get that set done and over with. That was a fun game to play. That reminds me of Diablo. Oh, we'll see how much cash we get for this. Hey, a 300ZX twin turbo. 2x2. 2x2 is 2 plus 2. 4-seater. I'm a coupe guy. I like the coupes. About 8,000 credits. Yeah, that was okay. That was okay. minutes 51 seconds. That's almost 40 seconds left. Yep. That's Appricot kill going the wrong way. Special stage, Route 11. These ones are not my favorite. I'm not a fan of the special stages. I like the Tokyo Route 241. That was probably one of my favorites, yeah. This will be our last race. Oh, RX-7. You know, night kids, you gotta push the limit. And that's how you push the limit. Few people have the balls to do that. Oh good, 3-lap race. This will be fun. I just noticed how many laps. Braked a little too early. You want to bite it, slide it over into that wall. And then that sets you up for this. And hopefully you don't tap the wall like I just did there. Another reason why I like Grand Trusimo 5. Damage. The damage actually makes the car harder to handle. We're going to shut her down at 100 meters. That was almost too little. 200 meters. Like I said, brush the brakes 50. Try and get to that wall so that you can get that other chicane. Anyways, we're gone. I learned that move not from an 8.6. I have contacts in, so if I stare too long, they start to move around on your eye and dry out. That's why you'll see me randomly blink or half blink an eye. Obviously, you can't drive a real race car with contacts on, because if that happened during a race, can you imagine? Can you imagine that happening during a real race under a visor and you can't get to it if it falls out of your eye? A little bit better. It's like 150 meters is kind of the braking zone for that corner. Oh, I just barely got that one. Yeah, just riding that wall. Nice. Damn. Luckily, last lap. Folks, it was a blast. Absolute blast to do this for you finally. And not, drive like an idiot. Some good cash. As always, guys, thanks for watching.